Hi, friends. Welcome to Lotus in the Light. My name is Jennifer. Thank you for joining. If you found us, then Spirit must have a collective message for me, for you, and for anyone else that's listening. Excited that you're here. I have no idea what message Spirit wants to share. What I know is that Spirit gave me a clear message that I'm supposed to be coming in here and recording. So I am just following my prompts from Spirit. I love co-creating together, so that is always exciting to me. So let's just take a second to set an intention. So our intention, Spirit, today is for me, for those listening, and for you to have a three-way connection. We are opening our hearts now, opening our third eye, our mind, opening our spiritual eyes and ears to the message that you have for us. Let's take a deep breath in, releasing out any stress, any fear. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Okay, what does Spirit want us to talk about today? I feel like there's a message about to anyone struggling with perhaps a behavior that they know here is not for their highest and best good. Perhaps it's an addiction. Maybe you are shopping out of control, or maybe you are eating out of control or drinking out of control. Um, Something that perhaps isn't great for your body. Uh, and the message that I feel I need to share with you is that step one is to stop associating guilt and shame with that behavior. Stop passing judgment on that behavior. It is all of our, sorry, it's all of our inherent design to follow the path that we believe is going to bring us peace and joy and love and hope. And when we do things that we know are not, we know like up here in our mind are not good for us, and we do them anyway, it's because there's some belief, there's some idea or understanding that this is still what's best for us. And what I mean by that is, okay, we know that, overeating or making these poor food choices is not what's going to build a strong and healthy body. It's probably going to contribute to disease, or you could say the same thing about alcohol or drugs, or right. Or even over exercising, right? If you're addicted to exercise and addicted to the element of being able to control how your body looks, that can take a toll as well, right? Being consumed with that physical fitness. Um, so you know inherently that, okay, eating this isn't for my best, but what is for your best, what does bring you joy is a certain amount of dopamine, a certain amount of serotonin, and that food is bringing it for you. Okay. Or what does bring you peace is not thinking about that trauma. So having one more drink or one more hit of that drug allows me to not think about it. It allows me to feel peace. It allows me to feel calm. It allows me to perhaps forget, or at least push out, right? So when we do those things, we're doing them because we inherently believe that they are helping us in that moment, helping us cope, helping us get through in that moment. So I'm going to just give you a suggestion, and some people are going to think I'm crazy. And let me caveat all of this, because now that we're dipping a toe into like addictions and things that could be really dangerous, right? Potentially. I am not a drug counselor or an addiction counselor. I am not a counselor. of any kind. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a doctor. I'm not any of the things that would be qualified to tell you how to handle your challenges. What I am is a human living an experience just like you, feeling the promptings of spirit to talk about a particular topic. When I sat down here, like I said, I had no topic in mind. So I was sitting down actually watching the football game today, and spirit was tingling me or tapping me in my back, but also in my mouth. And usually when something's going on with my mouth, it's an indicator that like you need to go say something. There's something to be discussed. There's something to be shared. Okay. So that's why I came in here to record. And then as I sat down, this is the message pouring out. So again, what qualifies me in the professional sense? Nothing. Okay. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Just know that as we set that intention up front for that three-way connection, what I'm saying hopefully is confirming what spirit is already telling you. But here is what I'm getting. When you create the guilt, constant guilt and shame around that behavior, you keep perpetuating the need for that behavior. Okay. The moment you stop guilting yourself and shaming yourself around that, in fact, don't just say, I'm not going to guilt myself. I want you to take the exact opposite, the polar opposite approach and say, thank you. Thank you, comfort food. Thank you, alcohol, whatever it is. Thank you, shopping spree. Thank you, whatever store, Amazon, whatever it is, for allowing me a moment of peace. Thank you for protecting me in this moment. Thank you for bringing me joy in this moment, because at whatever vibrational level you're at, whatever frequency you're at, that is the safest place for you to find joy, for you to find peace, for you to find comfort, for you to find love. Whatever it is, that is what's that desire. It is what is bringing you to hope, love, peace, some kind of fruit of the spirit, right? If you just accept it and allow it for what it is, don't judge it, okay? Don't judge it. You already know here it's not great for you, right? Okay. Tons of things aren't great for you, but we don't beat ourselves up over it, right? I mean, maybe you're not an overeater, but that doesn't mean you don't ever have an ice cream or have a beer at a ball game or, whatever it is. And those things aren't always great for your health, but we don't beat ourselves up over it, right? It's when it has a bigger element of control in our life and when we're using it to substitute a certain feeling or push away a certain feeling, that's when things really become a challenge. So look, if you wouldn't beat yourself up for doing it once or wouldn't beat somebody else up for doing it once, then all the more reason to stop beating yourself up now, okay? And just say thank you. Thank you for being there for me when I needed you. Give yourself permission to do what you need to do to feel safe, to feel peace, to feel joy. You just give yourself permission to do it. And then when you do, when you really do, not just say the words, but when you feel it, when you mean it, those things that we're doing that are bringing us joy or bringing us peace or bringing us hope or bringing us love that really aren't good for us. First of all, that cracks the code, right? You release the guilt and shame. You're like, okay, I'm just going to do this because I want to do it. But what's going to happen is once you give yourself permission to just do those things, the grip that those things have over you will fall away. And that's, for example, what I experienced with food, because I do have a struggle with food addiction. And that's one of the things over the last few months that I've discovered is when I said, I'm just not going to judge what I eat. I'm starting to be more mindful about, okay, why do I want that? But if I just want it, I'm just going to eat it. You know what I'm saying? Like there are times where it's like, I want that because I had this experience that didn't make me feel good. And now I want some comfort food. And you know what? I still eat the comfort food. I know that's why I'm doing it. So there's an acknowledgement there of, yep, that's why I'm doing it. And I'm going to allow myself to feel good in this moment and eat that cake or whatever it is, right? No big deal. But because I'm aware and alert, I don't necessarily overindulge. Sometimes a bite or two is enough. I don't get into a sad, gross place of beating myself up over, I can't believe I just ate that or, whatever. I thank the food. Thank you for giving me a little dopamine hit. I really needed that right now. I move on. And you know what? I don't diet. I don't count calories. I don't count carbs. I don't count anything. I don't get on the scale. But um, I can assure you, just based on the way my clothes fit, and so on and so forth, that I am not gaining weight. And in fact, I believe I'm losing weight and I'm definitely losing inflammation because my body's more at peace, because I'm not living in my sympathetic nervous system. I'm living my parasympathetic nervous system, my rest and digest system, the way we were designed to live in this life. And now that we're not in caveman times where we needed to live in our sympathetic nervous system, where we needed to be worried about threats around every corner, right? What bear was going to attack or whatever. We don't need to live that way now. And so forgive yourself. Give yourself permission to do what your body feels like it needs. And as you do that, your frequency, the peace that it brings, the joy that it brings, the lack of the guilt, removing the guilt and shame is just naturally going to raise your frequency and raise your vibrational level. And as it does, you will not need those things anymore, or you will not need, especially the ones that are really dangerous, right? Like if you're doing something that's really dangerous, the higher frequencies just aren't going to align with that. It's just not going to get it for you anymore. Okay, I'm going to do a card. Who has a message for us? I believe the self-love oracle does. So we're going to go here. And oh, one has already flipped. So let's just go with it. Soul, it got one little shuffle in. It is eternal sunshine. The soul lesson is clarity, solar plexus. So yellow is the vibrational color, the color that is on the same vibrational frequency as your solar plexus chakra. Your solar plexus is your life force. It is the chakra that gives you the motivation, the energy, the passion to move forward. And so, where you might feel stuck in a behavior, when you shed the guilt and shame and shed the judgment of it and just allow yourself to do it, just freaking go do it. Okay. And then you will find that when you give yourself the freedom to do whatever it is you need to do, because again, that's what we're inherently designed to do, whatever you need to do to feel safe, to feel loved, whatever, that is just going to continue to raise your vibrational frequency. You will continue to get clarity about, you know what, that used to get it for me, but now, like, ugh, I don't even want to do that. I think about smoke. I smoked cigarettes for years and years and years. Now I quit well over 20 years ago. But I was actually, funny enough, thinking about this the other day. I hadn't thought about this really ever. What I was thinking about the other day is when in my life have I ever had this sense of calm and peace that I have since this journey over the last, I mean, the journey's been going on for about a year, but this sense of peace and calm has been about the last 6 months. Have I ever in my life felt this sense of peace? And I thought back and I thought, no, maybe kind of close, but not even really within a mile, was when I smoked, because you could have that cigarette and just be like, there was a sense of peace and calm with that cigarette for reals. But that being said, I have had zero desire for a cigarette for decades because once I found something better, there was no way that was ever going to get it for me again. No way ever. And now that I found this over the last 6 months of this, never, not even a chance. Okay. So if maybe it's cigarettes for you, maybe that's why this example just popped in my head. Just quit beating yourself up. Just enjoy it and love it until you're at a vibrational level where it doesn't bring you joy anymore. When the coughing and the hacking and the phlegm coming up and all that, maybe that's why the phlegm was coming up at the beginning of this. Now it's all making sense, right? Um, the clarity's coming through. Here, my nail polish color and the color of these eyes I noticed match. That's the clarity. Okay. You're seeing now. We're seeing now through different eyes. Okay. And that clarity is going to fuel the passion. It's going to fuel the energy for something new and different and better. But it starts with letting go of the guilt and shame. The first step is not to stop doing the things that you know aren't good for you. It's to stop beating yourself up over it and just embracing it and doing it until it doesn't serve you anymore. Okay. And this is a number 9. I love that. So number 9 is like you're coming to the end. So maybe that's kind of even where you're at is like you're coming to the end of wanting this thing. Um, but to really let go of it, you just have to embrace it. Okay, stop resisting it. I say it all the time. Resistance just creates a block in the flow of what needs to happen. Stop resisting it. Stop pushing it away. Stop beating yourself up. Just embrace it, and it will naturally fall away if it's not good for you. Okay, I'm going to read this. I have never had this covered, so this will be good for all of us. Your true self is rising with your awareness. The buzz all around you isn't going away. Neither are the attempts to distract you, pull you off center, play into your insecurities, or hypnotize you to give your energy away. How can you find more clarity and focus in every moment? How can you clearly know your true self so that when a real opportunity arises, you can act towards your creative destiny? We live on a polarity planet, so working with the opposing forces of natural universal law can be very beneficial for us. For example, prana, the life force, that's your solar plexus, comes with the breath, the inhale, but the equally important is apana, the exhale, and letting go. It seems you need to both activate your navel point and make time for stillness and quiet reflection. Sorry, I'm going to say that one more time because I don't feel like I read it clearly. It seems like you need to both activate your navel point and make time for stillness and quiet reflection. To be vibrant and prosperous, you should engage your navel point in every aspect of your life. A morning practice that activates your navel point is vital to ensure your projection isn't off center for the day. Otherwise, things just won't line up as they should. Learn and practice. So here's a suggested practice. Learn and practice the Sat Kriya every day. If you already practice this Kriya, then increase your time and go deeper with your practice. I have not, that I know of, because I don't really know what that is. I don't know if that's something I do or not. But anyway, okay, so the message that is coming through loud and clear here, and I like how they're talking about the breath work is so important. So as I was just talking about smoking, this could be a time in your life when if I still smoked and maybe you smoke and you're trying to do breath work and you're trying to do meditation and it's inhibiting your abilities, maybe that's one of those motivating things where you say, oh, I enjoyed this. It was bringing me peace, but now it ain't working for me. Like now I get more peace out of the meditation, and this is preventing me from meditating, right? And that has been my journey with food. And that is what has allowed me to have a better relationship with food is that I realized that certain foods are far more dense energetically and they kind of bog down the flow of energy in my body. So while I still eat them, I'm human, right? But now when I when I eat too much bad food, it's not about me beating myself up because, oh, I'm going to get fat or I'm not going to lose weight or whatever. It's about me saying, ugh, I've already had something kind of icky today, and if I eat more, it might disrupt the flow of my connection with spirit, and that I really don't want. You see the difference? One is a motivation, one is a guilt factor. One of them's not effective. Guess which one? Okay, I'm going to leave it right there. I love you guys very much. I hope you have a blessed day. Peace out.